My studies actually began with a diploma in marketing, a 3-year co-op diploma in marketing. That sort of flew by, and then I decided to do another 2 years and get a Bachelor of Business Administration. All while I was going to university, I started to manage actually a university residence that we rented out to parties, soccer tournaments, boxing tournaments, weddings, you name it, during the summer. And that was sort of my foray into event planning. That's a funny question because I oftentimes have to describe my job to people. If you just say event planner to someone, they oftentimes think that you are involved in party planning, so things like birthdays and anniversaries, and that is totally one sort of avenue of event planner. To describe planning a convention, and then one of this size, certainly have to mention the fact that it's a 4-day annual event, international attendance, and pretty much every sort of event you can imagine as an event is rolled into the convention. Everything from a hockey tournament to an awards gala. So it really spans the gamut of what might be considered an event. I do believe the convention that they had just before I joined was about 5,000 attendees. Then over the next sort of 7 to 8 years, that show grew from 5,000 attendees to 30,000 attendees was our high for a couple of years, 2 years running. So it's definitely a large event. It's definitely a very busy event. There are 4 days of official programming, but there are 2 days of pre-conference workshops and booths being set up. There's also 2 days of setup before that with our suppliers. Another thing a lot of people don't realize is that we typically in a live event scenario are working on a 1.5 year planning cycle. So it's not something that just, sort of comes together overnight. Over the years, certainly the number of exhibitors has sort of gone from 500 to 1,200. So that growth was made possible by, I like to think, the job well done as well. We've had a number of presentation opportunities that have not only changed names, but changed formats over the years. We host a number of new streams of programming, like the sustainability program, capital markets, Indigenous. We're also able to hold a Mining for Diversity reception with a focus on women in the industry. That event is definitely a networking reception, but they also hand out a number of awards and is attended by about 800 people now for the last number of years. So we adjust as our industry adjusts and grows. Certainly, over the years, there have definitely been more and more female speakers within our formal programming, as well as, sort of more and more female attendees within the industry. We have a great student and early career program at the convention, and definitely, even within that age group, we see more and more female attendees every year, more and more female attendees now that are now then employed within the industry after graduation. Definitely have had some all-female panels at the convention, and some of our best received luncheon speakers, for instance, have been female over the last, say, 5 years. So definitely a shift to include more gender within the industry because there are more females in the industry. There is certainly lots of education out there for event planners if you want to take the formal education. But there's also something to be said from learning on the ground, and there's a lot of takeaways, from that sort of thing, just getting your hands dirty and in the middle of it. We're very excited. We still want to offer this venue for our members, exhibitors, stakeholders to be able to have a marketplace to network and to do business. With COVID-19 and the pandemic, it will not be possible to host an event of this size, an international event of this size, in a live format. So with that being said, we plan to offer everything that was in the convention in the past within this virtual platform, or within a virtual platform for PDAC 2021. We're very excited about the matchmaking that we can do within a virtual platform. Matchmaking from attendee to attendee, attendee to exhibitor, sponsor to attendee, you name it, the possibilities are endless. We also recognize the fact that the convention is fun. The live convention is fun, and we don't want that to change in a virtual environment. You can attend convention from anywhere in the world, your home office, your office, without the need for international travel, a hotel stay. So we're very hopeful that folks that couldn't attend convention in the live format for one reason or another in the past are going to be able to join us online this year in March. I think that we recognize that virtual fatigue, as some are calling it Zoom fatigue, because that seems to be a regular occurrence for a lot of folks, is a real thing. So definitely we plan to give folks adequate time within the day to PDAC 2021 virtual to have time to answer their own emails, get away from their computer, that sort of thing. But in addition to that, we want to make sure that people still think this is fun and want to keep coming back for not only the morning day one, but the afternoon day one, day two, day three, day four, and some breaks, some comic relief, some entertainment, I think are all sort of ways that we'll be able to do that within a virtual realm, but stay tuned for more details.